Hi, everyone. This is Jacqui Cooper with Crypto Mom 2 Talk Show, and I want to welcome everyone back to this episode and definitely remind you to like and subscribe. So today I have a topic that's actually really close to my heart. It's all about a story that was shared with me back in December, and I was able to put it into writing, and now I'm sharing it with you. It's called the Bitcoin Cinderella, and I am so excited to have this story now translated into the first of many languages. It is translated into Spanish, and I am just thrilled to have on today my friend and the individual who actually translated this book. Clara, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's been a long day, but I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for
I
asking.
I know you have been doing a lot because you are a very talented young lady, and I want you to actually share a little bit about your background because you actually helped me with the translation, but you do a lot of different things. So why don't you go ahead and share with everyone more about what you're doing and your vision for where you're going to be going?
Great. Yeah. I was born and raised in Argentina. That's why I speak Spanish. But I was born into a family that spoke English, so I learned both languages at the same time. Eventually, I made it to the US to do my university studies, and that's where I met Ariana, who has done all the photography for the book, and then I met you. Since then, I've graduated and I've been working lots of different kinds of jobs. I'm the kind of person who enjoys doing as many things, as many different things as possible. And one of the things I've been doing lately is teaching English, as well as translating. I used to work for a shoe company that made comfortable shoes. So I've done a bit of everything. I've also been working for this company that's been creating some guides and facilitation guides and handbooks to teach young activists about the information they need to know in order to be better, like climate change activists. And aside from that, where I'm going is hopefully into a cleaner and nicer world. And I hope to be a part of that change, basically.
Well, I know that with everything that you're doing, especially the current project that you're working on, you're definitely a thought leader, and you're going to be definitely making a lot of people into new activists, because we always need to train the next generation so that way we can make sure that we protect our planet. And I was really excited to connect with you to translate the book into Spanish. So what I do want to mention to everyone who's listening is the Spanish English version of the book will be released July 1st, and it will be on Amazon. And during this interview, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be chatting, and then we're going to do a translation into Spanish. So that way, everyone who is bilingual or who is Spanish speaking can also enjoy the interview as well. So I know that you didn't know anything about Bitcoin or NFTs or cryptocurrency. Well, you had a little bit of knowledge. Why don't you go ahead and share a little bit about what your background was before you started to read the Bitcoin Cinderella book and translate it?
Sure. As you said, I wasn't well versed in the whole cryptocurrency world, and I basically understood that there was a different kind of like currency that you could use only online and that you could buy things with that. But I wasn't sure like how it worked and like what the inner workings of it were, and whether it was like linked to any specific country or any specific person or entity. So this book helped me a lot to kind of like ground all those very sort of like up in the air concepts that I had grasped like in the last couple of years. So now I'll say all of that in Spanish for the
Yeah,
Spanish
thank you so
speakers out
much.
there. Um, Bueno, básicamente cuando leí este libro, lo que más me ayudó fue a entender un montón de conceptos que anteriormente era como que había escuchado un poquito por acá, un poquito por allá y no había terminado de entender exactamente cómo es que funciona el blockchain o las bitcoins o cómo era si estaba conectado a un país en particular o si estaba conectado a una entidad privada o a una persona. Y este libro lo que hizo fue ayudarme mucho a entender estos conceptos así tan en el aire que yo tenía y me los bajó un poco a tierra y ahora creo que entiendo mucho mejor de qué va todo esto. So yeah, that's that.
Okay, that's great. So I know that you had mentioned during the time that you were translating the book that some of your friends actually asked you questions and you were able to answer those questions. So did the book help you with that?
Yeah, 100%. Like there were things that like I wouldn't have been able to answer before reading this book. And even being able to like see the glossary at the end of the book helped me a whole bunch to explain certain things to my friends who also are really interested in learning more about cryptocurrencies. Um, bueno, y para responder a la pregunta en español, este libro me ayudó un montón a poder explicarle a amigos míos que no entendían nada acerca de las criptomonedas. Por ejemplo, tiene un glosario al final del libro que explica excelentemente un montón de términos y cosas que si no las hubiese leído ahí, no las hubiese podido explicar.
So I used a fairy tale format. And so Samantha is the Bitcoin Cinderella in the book. And she goes on an adventure to find her mom in this first episode. And there's going to be more episodes that you'll be able to translate and others will be able to enjoy. How did that work for you using the fairy tale format and the story? Was that fun for you? What did how did you feel as you were kind of going through the story?
I loved it. I mean, I'm that kind of person who will enjoy any kind of fiction, literature. So for me, it was a lot of fun to see the combo of like the Bitcoin realm with fairy tale realm like mashed up. I loved it. It was also a lot of fun to translate because it like took me back to when I used to read fairy tales both in English and in Spanish. So it was a bit of a nostalgic trip to read it and work on it. So, I nearly forgot to say the Spanish part.
Okay.
Básicamente, la pregunta era si había sido interesante o divertido leer el libro en un formato de cuento de hadas, que como le decía, fue muy entretenido leer porque nunca hubiese imaginado el concepto de las criptomonedas mezclado con el concepto de un cuento de hadas. Y fue muy lindo y muy nostálgico poder leerlo de esa manera y traducirlo, porque de chica yo leía un montón de cuentos de hadas en inglés y en español, y bueno, eso fue como que me llevó a mi niñez y fue muy lindo.
So my hope is that this is going to be a book that will be an adult fairy tale, which families can actually read, and different age youth can actually ask questions about. When you were reading that, could you see that happening? What was your thought about that?
I mean, I totally saw the story as a story that can be both read by a kid or an adult, and they could easily like grasp the terminology, or even like be able to ask like a parent if you're a kid, like, oh, like what does this mean, or how does this work, and like a parent would probably be able to read it and explain it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I agree that it's a good resource for both adults and kids to be more like in tune with um, everything related to this. Así que la pregunta era para ver si este formato funciona tanto como para niños como para adultos. Y mi respuesta es que sí, que eso es un libro bastante fácil de leer y que incluso niños que por ahí no pueden entender bien cierta terminología podrían fácilmente preguntarle a sus padres o a algún adulto responsable acerca de la consulta que tengan y los adultos podrían responderle de manera bastante fácil con toda la información que tiene el libro.
Have you come across any other resource books that are in fairy tale format?
No, I haven't. This is the first one and it's been so much fun to read. La pregunta era si me había encontrado algún otro libro que se asemejara a este en cuanto a información presentada de manera de cuento de hadas y la realidad es que no es el primero y que fue muy divertido de leer.
Now, I know that being in Argentina and also getting the news, from various countries, a lot of countries are actually now starting to use cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and are incorporating that into their ecosystems. Have you seen a lot of the news in your local areas, in terms of what's going on?
I mean, I'm at a loss because I don't read the news. I
That's
don't read the
okay.
news because it's so depressing. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Can't really answer that question.
That's okay. That's
I
all
don't know
right.
if you want me to say that in Spanish.
Yeah, you can go ahead and translate. We're going to translate everything.
Sí, básicamente lo que me preguntó fue si yo estaba al tanto de las noticias con respecto a las bitcoins y las criptomonedas en mi país y en países cercanos, pero la realidad es que no leo las noticias nunca, creo que no las leo desde hace como 3 años, porque están un poco deprimentes, pero bueno, nada, es una buena pregunta.
So, any last minute thoughts that you want to share with everyone who's listening? As I mentioned, and if you can translate this too for those that might be listening, the launch will definitely happen in July, and I'm very excited about that.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, it was a book that I actually enjoyed reading and learned quite a bit from. So I think that's the main takeaway. Like, it's enjoyable and you will learn quite a bit. Bueno, y para contestarla en español, o sea, lo que más me gustó de este libro fue que no solo lo disfruté, sino que aprendí un montón en muy pocas páginas. Y para contarles, el libro va a salir el 1 de julio de este año en español para todos aquellos que lo quieran leer. Así que leanlo.
So everyone who's listening, thank you so much for hopping on. Definitely check out the Bitcoin Cinderella in both the Spanish English version as well as the English version. More episodes will be coming because Samantha is going to be talking about NFTs, Bitcoin mining, tokenization, the commercial aspects of the blockchain. There's so much happening, and I'm so excited to have her go on an adventure and bring everyone with her, because I'm learning as I write the book, and I'm hoping that you guys will be learning as well. And I just want to thank you for being on this journey together. And thank you so much for translating this. I am so excited to have you on this journey as well.
Yes, it's been a treasure and a treat to be on this journey with you, and we'll continue to be on it.
For sure. So thank you, everyone. Have a great day.